Sawadee Cap and welcome to Thailand. Maybe you are planning a trip to this beautiful country, or maybe you have already booked your ticket and are searching for some general travel tips and good things to know. If so, you are in the right place. We are Bikudo Travel, and this is our general backpacking tips and good things to know video of Thailand. So with no further ado, let's get started. Thai baht is the currency of Thailand, and in time of making this video, you could buy approximately 150 baht for 5 USD. There are ATMs everywhere, and they are usually reliable. It happens that a certain ATM won't accept your card, but then you just need to try the next one until it works. You should always carry some cash around with you, as much of your purchases and payments will be cash transactions. How much does it cost to travel in Thailand? Backpacking Thailand is not as cheap as it used to be, but it's still considered a cheap destination compared to so many other places. Backpacking in Thailand, we would suggest budgeting around 50 to 70 US dollars a day. You can certainly travel cheaper, and you will also find other guides that will say 25 to 35 USD a day. However, we wouldn't recommend that as it leaves very little room for any activities and experiences. This budget is based on backpacking, using local transportation, sleeping in dorms or fan rooms, and eating locally, which is, in our opinion, the best way to travel regardless. But it leaves room to go on different tours to and exploring the country. What fun is it to travel to Thailand if you can't afford any experiences? Here is a brief outline of what a budget could look like. Accommodation: dorms from $6 and private rooms from $15 a night. Food: eat locally from $3 and in restaurants from $10 USD. Transportation: to give you an idea, the taxi meter in Thailand starts from 1 USD, and a taxi from Bangkok airport to the city center is approximately 8 USD. A night train from Bangkok to Chiang Mai is approximately 30 USD. Organized tours: anything from $35 a day to $150 a day and more, all included. Thailand is known as the land of smiles, as Thais, generally speaking, are very welcoming and friendly people. You will experience this traveling through the country, and especially if you do an effort trying to learn a few phrases of Thai and respect them and their culture. As with every country, there are certain cultural customs and norms which are good to know about. Firstly, Thailand care very highly for the royal family and especially their king. Do not ever insult the king, as he is, or at least was, one of the most respected figures in Thailand. Popular or not, the rules still apply to a lot of Thais and especially the authorities. For example, it is not taken lightly if you step on a Thai baht bill as it portrays the king. Extreme insults, even if accidental, may be punishable by jail. Secondly, Thailand is mostly Buddhist, and they consider the body as sacred, with head being the most respected part of the body, and feet being the lowest respected part of the body. There are certain rules to this. Don't ever touch a Thai's head, as it is considered very rude. You should not point to someone or something with your foot. Never step over someone laying down, not even a sleeping dog. When seated, don't sit in a position where your foot sole is facing someone. Always remove your shoes when entering into someone's home. Also, temples are sacred places and monks are very respected men. Show respect to the monks and don't fool around inside a temple. If you sit in front of Buddha in a temple, bow your head and don't point your feet towards him. When visiting a temple, you should dress modestly, and there are usually strict rules for showing off skin. For the touristed temples, sarongs are often provided to cover up. When out eating or drinking in Thailand, tipping is often expected, but not mandatory. Certain restaurants add a 7 to 10% service fee on top of your bill so you don't have to speculate about tips. If you want to give a tip, then 10% is considered a pretty fair amount. Usually, tourists leave the change when paying cash if the food or service was good, or paying the taxi driver, the street vendor, etc. Who doesn't hate mosquitoes? Thailand, unfortunately, have a lot of them. We'd recommend you get your mosquito repellent locally in Thailand as it works better than the stuff you buy from home. Just be aware that it's some nasty stuff, which is why it works. Try and use long sleeves and pants in the evening as natural protection instead of covering you from top to toe with repellent. Also, you may buy mosquito coils if you're sitting outdoor in the evening. Thailand is overall a safe country for solo backpackers or both genders as long as you don't act completely reckless. With so many backpackers traveling to Thailand every year, you will hear about the occasional freak stories of backpackers getting hurt. Typically, those center around full moon parties at Koh Phangan, motorbike accidents, or getting into trouble over drugs. When traveling on train or buses, make sure to keep your belongings with you as petty theft does occur. Common sense and keeping your valuables safe should make a relatively safe trip. Don't be afraid of asking for help or direction when traveling. You'll get surprised how easy it is and how approachable the Thais are. Asking for help can save you a lot of headache, and it's a good way of getting close to the locals, and for that matter, fellow travelers. We hope you have enjoyed this video and learned something from it. You are always welcome to contact us directly for more tips and tricks or help planning your Thailand adventure. You can get in contact with us at bikudotravel.com. Altogether, we have more than 30 years of travel experience in this country, so you are in very capable hands with us, and we're more than happy to help plan your next trip to Thailand. You can also follow us on our social platforms where we share all of the knowledge we have regarding traveling Asia and Tanzania. Furthermore, we would like to thank you very much for watching our video, and we hope to see you in the next one.